Welcome everyone on today's Metal3 Community meeting. My name is Adam Rosman. I will be your host today. Today is 13th of December 2023. And as usual, we can skip the introductions and go directly to the reminders. And please note that the meeting is recorded. If you want to have the project, please filter for the help labels from the organization or from our individual repos for this help wanted label, and you will find issues that can be picked up and worked on, and that would help us a lot. If you feel that your organization would benefit by adding itself to our official adopters, please do so. That would help.
Adam, I have a PR to remove these adapters from docs, and now it's in community. Can you update the link?
Oh yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I will update it right away. I have to copy the whole stuff. Okay, so then if someone feels like that they want to join as an adopter, please check the new adopters.md from the community repo, and then that would help us a lot if we would have more adopters, especially now that we close in on the incubation proposal. And then if you experience issues with the CI while running tests, please feel free to make an issue, and in your issue tag the Metal3 CI tracker project, and then maintainers will see that. And the next one is the incubation proposal. Let's talk about this a bit later. I have an agenda point related to this. And then feel free to check out all other test systems and statistics. Now, Tumo has updated our config. So in Clone Monitor, we have all the core repositories with the correct test suites. So now you can see that how compliant are we with the community requirements, or the docs requirements, or the code and code line requirements. So I guess it's not that bad actually, and it will also improve.
Wasn't there an issue that was pointing us to update this Clone Monitor? I remember if it is one in bare metal operator or somewhere.
Yes, it is. It is in BMO, and I can already check this. This was the one coming from Epic, but that wasn't really just about updating the CLO. It was about actually reaching some goals with our compliance. Security slam, here it is. This was the original stuff that pointed out the CLO monitor.
Oh, okay.
And I see that Tumo has actually updated.
Nice. Yes. Good.
This. Okay. Yep, and I think we don't have to check any others. We can go directly to the discussion topics unless there is someone from the IREX scalability group, but I don't see anyone. Yep, no one from that group. So we can go to the incubation agenda point, and I basically wrote down like what is the consensus now. And Kashif asked me to really focus on that, and I agree. So we have the incubation stuff, the proposal. And now that basically every core repository has a release process and has been released and versioned, and now we have pinned dependencies in Ironic. So we actually from now have a reproducible build ability across the whole stack with this. So there are no actual hard barriers for us. So we just have to finish the proposal. And so far we have discussed, at least I discussed with Kashif, that we can push this quite quickly, because we don't have to wait for anyone from the TOC because they work from the backlog. So who knows when will they have any time to actually pick up a proposal. And we can even update this after we pushed, because it's not accepted, if I understand correctly, until it is merged. So yeah, so feel free to check this out. I think, and then others after I finish, please add your comments. I think what we would really need is for every community member who is interested to check the features or like technical advances. Don't have to be features. It can be any technical advancement, and just if you see anything missing or something that you think is important, not here, and is not here, then please add it to this document. I think this is still quite just a few select advancement from the time since we entered the sandbox. Like that's almost like 3 years now, more than 3. It was in 2020, and yeah, I think we have more stuff than this. Otherwise, there won't be, I think, big changes to this document. Yeah, and then thanks for everyone who already extended the doc. Yep, that's from me, from or related to this.
Yeah, my thanks, Adam, for putting this. We were actually doing quite a lot of stuff in the background for making this PR possible, as you might have seen. For example, adding this community repo and pushing all the processes and policy related documents there, picking up something from the docs. But then I have another PR in the same note in community repo, which is now waiting to go in, which has clearly defined like community role and contributor role and contributor ladder, those kind of things that helps us to get good scores in Clo Monitor, for example. So please review that in the same note. But this document is also something that we need to now make it close to be ready. My plan is to push the PR before the holidays. So maybe I can just start putting it into an MD as early as Friday, and then probably next week onwards, like I just push the PR. And as Adam said, it can still be open, but then pushing the PR in TOC makes us secure a place in the queue. I have been talking with the CNCF-TOC chair, Emily Fox, also, and just to make sure that we know all the processes. So things have changed slightly from previous, how it used to be for the incubation. We don't need to now go and secure a TOC sponsor. We can actually just push it, and then as TOC takes PRs from the queue, they will assign a TOC, and together with TOC and us, we will do the due diligence. Mainly, it will be driven by TOC, so we don't have to also make this TOC due diligence document ready. So these are the things that possibly clarifies the process. Once the community members thinks that this document is quite good, we can already, I would say, push it. And then if there are any changes needed further, we can also add a comment on the PR, and then I can push the changes as well. Yep. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. And as Kashif mentioned, that his plan is to push it before the Christmas season or holiday season. So I don't think that if we lack the feedback, I think we at least I would suggest pushing it even then. Like I don't really think that we should wait really for a long time. This document was available for almost a year or half a year or for a very long time. So if someone is interested in this, like we all had a lot of time to check out the document or this whole like incubation process. And yeah, it's just a proposal. So as Kashif said, if if the TOC finds anything that's not in there or requests clarifications, then we can do it as we go. So yeah, I would more like treat the before holiday season as a hard deadline, that this will be pushed. No need to wait. At least this is how I think about it. But of course, I believe if we got some feedback from the community that something is very bad with this, or some very important thing is missing, or some blocker that we have not thought so far, of course that has to be considered, but I can't think of anything like that. Yep. Anyone else? Any other comment? Okay, then please take some time and expand on the features if you can, or technical advancements. Yeah, that was the incubation topic. So is there anyone else who would like to comment? No? Yes, no? I heard the mic turning off and on, but okay.
Sorry, I think I have some problems with my mic, but anyway, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. No, just wondering, it's more related to the relationship that we have now between BMO and Ironic Image. Since the Ironic Image now is pinned, we have the first release ready. I think we talked about releasing BMO right after to pin to the correct version of Ironic Image. This is the first thing, and the second one is I've noticed that probably we're missing something still for the Ironic Image, because I tried a test run on CI in the release branch, but I don't see the jobs running.
Yeah, that could be easily the case. So for your first comment, yeah, we agreed. I believe that a patch version would be released from BMO to start pinning the Ironic Image. I still think that's the good way to go. But yeah, that has been not followed up. What do you think, Kashif? Does the release team or anyone from the release team, what do you think? Do you have enough time to push a BMO patch release? I mean, before.
Yeah, I was wondering before we push the patch release, are we sure that we are testing the new Ironic release in our CI? So that is something that we need to now focus. Patch release is much more easier in that sense that if everything is working and tested, then it won't take much time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Kashif.
Okay.
So the first thing would be to identify why it's not getting tested probably, and then probably then we need to then fix that. So is it so that we plan this is merging, the change would be merging in the BMO main branch, right? The pinning of Ironic Image,
No,
I believe.
no. It would be
In the release branch.
in the release, in the patch. Yeah, in the release branch. Yes.
Okay, and it would be in 0. Remind me which release is the latest one, 0.5 or 4? 4. Okay. 0.4 release, and then let me check quickly from Devon that 0.5 0.4 is actually using which tag of ironic? So it doesn't even remember. Is it in lib common somewhere? I guess. So I have BMO branch is 0.4. Okay, it's still somehow pointing to 0.4.0. But then ironic image, is it pinned based on the BMO?
I don't think it's pinned.
I think it's
So it's always
CapM3, huh? Like
what?
it has this CapM3 prefix tag for ironic image.
Yeah, but who dictates which ironic tag is it? That was my question.
I can check from CapM3 which was referenced.
But are you not talking about the test or the ironic YAML that we have in BMO for ironic deployment?
You're asking me?
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking about the ironic tag that we use in our test. Wasn't it
Test.
wasn't that the one that dictates which ironic we are taking, or?
Yeah. For our test, but I thought you were asking about like what is pinned for the BMO branch. But I actually
So
haven't
is it,
checked
do I
about.
understand correctly that if we just pin it in BMO release branch, that should be enough for us to test it? We don't need to do anything in the dev. Do I understand that correctly?
I think we have to do it in the dev also because the dev probably overwrites it. But
It says that there is a variable called ironic tag in the venv, which is then used for the ironic image, and that tag is defaulted to latest.
Yeah, and also the branch itself defaults to latest. Like the YAMLs or manifests on the branch are also using the latest. And
so that is something that needs to change. What we can do is that in the venv, if you go in the venv, there is in lib common, we actually do some hard coding based on the different versions. So in the lib common, if you just search like 0.4.0, for example, or yeah, exactly. So it was there actually, you were there. So here we are actually setting the other tags, for example, but we don't set the ironic tags. So if I understand correctly now, we should also, based on the BMO version, set the ironic tag, right?
Yes. And I would also recommend that on the like the release branch, we should also like put there a logic to by default use this tag on the actual like YAML. So like it would be nice to have I will show it. I just can't click and talk at the same time. So ironic deployment and then base ironic YAML, so that for these like we can have functionality with customize to have these customized, and then the customization would default to the correct tag for this, or the default tag for this branch, because this is not the 0.4 branch. So I think we should pin them on the branches on BMO also for these deployment customizations also.
Yeah, So I guess, did I understand correctly that Ricardo, this might be the reasons that it is not getting tested? Or was there something else that you were pointing out?
No, so the change in MetalCube DevEnv, I think that's that's one thing that we discussed briefly after the Ironic Image was released. What I'm referring to is the actual. So I just pushed a test PR against the release branch, and the jobs are not running there, even if like you can call them. They are, of course, enabled, and the branch is protected and everything. But if you go to the Ironic Image repository, you will see that there's my PR there, where the jobs are just like not triggered.
Aha, okay, now I understand. So that is a
Yeah.
different issue.
Yeah, it's two different
Okay.
Yeah.
different things. I mean, yeah, this one.
I can check that. It might be that there might I have seen it before, like a white. Have we done the whitelisting of these branches, Adam, in this get it that we have?
Separate whitelisting, I don't think so. We just added the branch.
Yeah, that might. If that is the thing, I will check it, Ricardo, possibly tomorrow.
All right.
And
Thank you.
add the changes, and yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, there are also sometimes like situations where this doesn't work for hours and then it comes back, but probably this will be this whitelist of. Yeah, and I was further thinking about this dev question. I'm not sure actually if we pin the Ironic Image version on release branches, we don't have to pin them for the dev actually. Yeah, because then it will be contained in the with the BMO.
Yeah,
That's
correct.
right, but wouldn't that be convenient to have the pin also MetalCube DevEnv if you want to test locally, for example, with a different, I don't know, tag or something?
Yeah, it depends on what you prefer. So I'm not against it. I'm just saying that if you prefer to add more environment variables to the to the devenv, but if you do that, then what the devenv does, it actually at least once, if you don't build from source but use the local, so there are these invisible variables here which are not here, but they are called like image underscore like there are the something image and there are the something local image, and if you specify an image, which we do by default, like I think I can check it, like Ironic.
No, I know that. I was just thinking if maybe if it will make sense. I mean, I don't want to complicate things. I was just like thinking out loud to see if it maybe would be convenient to have this kind of variable, since we have the Ironic Image release branches now. That's all. But I mean, if it's not necessary, or if it doesn't really make sense, then it's okay.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say is that for local testing, you already have like the functionality to pull it, but I actually haven't checked that how that translates into the deploy, like into this. So if we do run local with the devenv, so you, for example, use a client cluster and run Ironic in local mode, then I know that this will translate to whatever we also do in the deploy script. But if we deploy on Ironic on a cluster, then this customize stuff comes into play with these bare metal operator Ironic deployment stuff, and I don't see this being customized. Like I might be just missing it, but I don't see that. Where do we provide like when can we provide alternative tags for this right now? I think that is missing if we are not locally deploying Ironic. But because this one, this default one, this pulls it directly from Quay. So it's not our local image what the devenv pulled or built, because the devenv will rename it into local something something and then push it to the local registry. And this is not that. Like this is directly from Quay. So I don't think that if we like deploy to like a Minikube in our current way, we actually ever, or that we actually have the ability to test anything else than the latest right now. So yeah, I think we can customize that. But this is not a devenv thing, in my opinion. This has to be customized in the BMO.
All right. Thank you.
A small update, Adam. I just checked the CI/CD. I don't see this release 23.1 branch anywhere mentioned in that. So that is possibly the reason that the jobs are not getting triggered. We have to add this branch name in the CI/CD repo.
Oh, you mean the Nordics one?
Nordics one, yes.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have, yeah.
Yeah, because I was checking the Jenkins log and it says that this is not whitelisted, so skipping the build.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah. On the same note, Ricardo, I see that there are few branches in the ironic image, possibly pushed by others, like
Yeah.
Dimitri.
Yes. All of those, I think we can probably remove them. I will have to double check.
Yeah, let's do so. One is the recent one is 2 years ago, and the rest are like 4 and 5 years ago.
Yeah, I will double check and eventually remove them. No problem.
Thanks.
Quickly, I will just write down what we discussed. So, and we have discussed the branches. Then there was like to change. I have to move this further. So do we need to change the devenv? No. What if we want custom ironic tags to be deployed with the BMO deployment manifests? We have to put the logic in customize and in the manifest and align the manifest. By default on the BMO is branches, we should pin the compatible ironic image with ironic image.
Just asking one question, probably I have forgotten and we discussed it previously. It's a very like a hard requirement now that BMO release 0.4 needs to be run with this release ironic release that we have. Just for reproducibility, we are saying that, right?
Yes, for reproducibility. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, but we leave it to the user if he wants if the user wants to test it or use it with a different version of Ironic, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And for that, I wrote down that we need a custom logic. We don't have the logic to customize the ironic tag in those manifests.
Yeah. In my opinion, the easier way to test it would be still to change it in Debian. But yeah, of course, the proper way to go is the customization in BMO.
Yeah, so the thing in devenv is that the devenv uses the deploy script from BMO. So there is that intermediary between the devenv and the BMO deployments. So that's why I'm saying that we have to touch the BMO.
Yeah, true. Um, yeah, I have to check how it is now done in the Debian. I don't recall it correctly, but we also dictate which ironic image we are actually taking in Debian, if I remember correctly. But if that is dictated in Debian, I wonder if that is still decided in the BMO level through the deploy. But I have to check. I don't remember the workflow anymore.
Yeah, and by default, we don't dictate it. It is coming from a dynamic variable, the ironic image dynamic variable. And if you don't export it, it will just use whatever the default is. Like I don't think we hard code any ironic tags anywhere. Like we don't have preset tags, I believe, because we didn't have reproducible builds, so there was no reason for using them, as far as I understand. We built them with the tags just to have them, but I don't think we used those specific ironics in the tests. I think ironic was always the main for every tests, for every release of everything. That's how I understood it. Yeah, but as I said, I'm not even sure if
yeah, because when I'm checking Debian now, I see that there is a variable called ironic image, and I see in the 03 script we say update component image that is ironic, and then the ironic image, which means that we actually dictate the ironic image from the venv.
yeah, but what I'm saying is if you go to, where was the devenv? So you go to devenv and you type ironic image. Like,
Yeah, ironic underscore image.
yes, ironic underscore image. And it also says like container image for local ironic services, da. But if you go through these,
Yeah, there in the 03, if you see, we do the update component. You were there.
yeah, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, you see, there are no preset release version for it anywhere. Like, unlike we have for BMO, CapM3, like there is.
No, yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah, we have just the ironic tag, which is defaulted to latest, as I said.
Yeah. And what this does, if I remember correctly, it just pulls the tag.
Yeah, but my point was exactly that, Adam, that if we dictate the tag and the image from here, then possibly we can test the ironic image for BMO release 0.4 branch also from here. That was my point.
Yes, but for that, I said that I believe for kind deployments, yes, but I'm not sure about the Minikube deployments.
That's the one. That's the exact line which actually updates the deployment. Ironic update component image is, if you find that function, I believe it does the customization or something of the YAML.
Let me see. If it customizes the YAML, then it's fine. to 74. Go there.
Yeah, so
Make set manifest ironic image.
yeah, and this is where in the BMO, I guess.
Of,
Or
let me see. Info. Is there the deploy script somewhere here, or which directory am I in? Function that goes to capm3. Oh, where is this used? I'm just looking. Okay, so there is the push D, and it goes to BMO, and then here it only does the BMO stuff, keep alive this stuff. No BMO, but is there any other?
yes, the set manifest image is actually in BMO, my make file.
Yeah,
Set manifest image ironic is something where it goes to the, yeah, it's exactly doing the same. It is setting it in the ironic deployment. If you go to BMO and in the make file line 199 is where it's actually setting it in the
make file
manifest.
195.
99 if I am the
99.
latest BMO.
199.
Just search for, yeah, set manifest. Yeah, exactly that one. So it
Customize
goes into
manifest.
the, so it's doing the customization based on the image and image tag. And that's how it works now currently in the van.
Okay. Yeah, okay, then we have it. So we have actually everything. So we can, if you want, you can test with it. But then if we have it, then I actually don't think we have to do anything. Like we don't even have to edit now the dev then or anything, because that now
What I meant is if we don't add it, 11 will still take the latest tag for any branch. My point was if we need to test release 0.4 branch of BMO with that tag, we should probably export it. That was my point.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sure. Okay, so we actually don't need this part. We have the customized logic. Have to create a new patch is where ironic image is pinned. Patch release from 04 branch. Okay. Yes. There's nothing else, right? That's all. Is there any comment or questions related to this? No? Okay, then we have one other. And this is from Himanshu, related to the non-bootable ISO proposal for BMO. You are muted if you are talking.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, so I will look into this further about the finalizing the BMH. So other than that, like does everything look good? So that like once we resolve this, we can move forward.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I would encourage everyone to check this. Well, I actually think this should be resolved also, but I'm not.
Yeah, so I will I will update the proposal to use a different flag maybe. Although like it seemed for now that it could have worked for both, but again like maybe might be better to use different.
Yeah, yeah. I just don't want to like, how to say, like mix everything. I know they are very similar.
Right,
Like
right.
I get the point, but who knows
Yeah,
how
yeah.
these evolve in the future.
Right.
Yeah. For this one, I think this was the biggest discussion for the
Hmm.
allowing or an option to disable attaching a non-bootable. I still
Right.
think, yeah, I'm still keeping my opinion that just to avoid accidents, because we didn't have this
Hmm.
moving part so far. I can understand Dimitri's point of view that like, of course, if you can access a BMH, then there is already something very bad with your security, but there are also like human error or bad scripts or
Hmm.
whatever. And the bad scripts right now have maximum did something like deleted it or an upgrade failed, which is quite a clear error. But if someone like a user starts scripting or automating attachment to live running provisioned BMHs, then that, in my opinion, could be considered as like a danger to like the data integrity, whatever data is on that machine. So just to avoid these mistakes, like have the option to have like a finalized done BMH, which can be only like how to say, like cleaned up or deprovisioned, and then if you want to take like remove it, but not allow this attachment. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, let me look into this and maybe get back to you. And if like we can probably, if needed, maybe add a annotation to add that finalizer.
Yeah.
That yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That would
sounds
be,
good. Yeah, thank you.
yeah, that would be fine to me. And then the third one, this is I'm not really that like how to say, like it was just something that I was thinking about. I won't hold this for this like this arrow reason. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically what I was trying to say that this would be kind of part of the reconcile function, basically the reconciliation and conciliation, and basically if it fails, then it will kind of keep getting into the loop until the user kind of he just removes it due to or updates correcting any errors with the links or anything.
Yeah.
So it, I don't think like the provisioning error or any of those states exactly apply here.
Yeah. I was just saying that as an example, so like what sort of
Yeah,
errors
yeah,
did, but yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, it makes sense that if you attach something that's not like incorrectly, then it's just not like how to say, like not changing state, but just can't reconcile.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, because this is not a disruptive function as far as the normal operation of the PMH is concerned or the
Yeah.
node. Uh, so I mean, if it fails, then basically this will be another just one of these steps in the reconcile, which will be failing and maybe requeuing few times and timeout after that.
Exactly. Yeah, but I'm fine with this. I'm fine with. I will already put it that. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah, thanks.
I will resolve this. Okay. Is there anyone who has questions related to this or would like to add something? If not, then thank you. Please review it. And is there any other suggestions or or anything that you would like to add related to today's meeting or in general? Yeah, if nothing, then thanks for your time and patience. This was a bit long meeting. Yeah, let's meet next week, same time. Yep, have a nice rest of the week. Bye bye.
Thank you all. Bye.
Thanks, Ivan.
Thank
Bye.